So my name is Sergeant Brian Bauer with the Phoenix Police Department, spelled B-R-I-A-N. Last name is Bauer, B-O-W-E-R. I am a Phoenix Police Sergeant as well as a public information officer through the Public Affairs Bureau. I want to thank you for joining us this evening. I want to let you know all the information that we have right now. It is preliminary information. This is a very active and ongoing investigation. We have detectives out here. We also have administrative investigators that are also out here conducting a simultaneous investigation. I'd like to start out and say that we are here because of a very tragic situation. We are all heartbroken that such a young child was involved in an accident that has caused serious injuries. The child is right now being treated at a local hospital for critical conditions. Our prayers go out to the family. We're all hoping for a speedy recovery, not just the Phoenix Police Department, the community as a whole. With that being said, the reason that we're here is we had a patrol officer who was driving a Phoenix Police marked vehicle, is a 2020 Police Tahoe. There was a police assistant as a passenger inside that vehicle. They just finished up a call for service. They were not on that call anymore. They were not responding to a call. They turned to go northbound on 11th Avenue here from Pima, which is just behind you. As the vehicle was driving northbound at approximately 1400 South 11th Avenue, the officer and the police assistant observed a young girl in the front yard of a local house that looked as if this girl was waving at the officers, trying to get their attention. While the officers were looking at the girl, at the very last minute, they saw a small child in the road. The officer attempted to stop, immediately stopped the vehicle. Unfortunately, the collision did occur between the vehicle itself, the marked patrol vehicle, as well as the young child. Phoenix Fire responded on scene immediately. They were able to transport the child to a local hospital, again, where that child is still receiving medical help. The child has been listed in critical condition. I will continue updating you on the condition of the child as this investigation continues. With that being said, our detectives are on scene. They're going to continue this investigation. They're going to continue canvassing the area, checking with other witnesses, other neighbors, to see if there's any camera or video footage of this incident taking place. They're also going to be, there's also offering the parents of this child victims advocate services because we understand this is a very detrimental situation and everybody is affected, both officers and family, with such a horrific situation that we encountered today. With that being said, I'd be more than happy to take any questions that you may have.
Around how old was the child?
So we're not giving the age of the child at this time. That's still part of the investigation. Detectives are working with the family right now at the hospital.
Sir, one moment.
Just a minute.
Obviously, you had mentioned that there was a little girl waving as if she might have needed help. So you identified that was a little girl. Was it a little boy or a girl that was hit in the street?
So again, we're not given the gender or the age of the victim that was involved. The young girl that was waving at officers, she did advise and inform detectives that she was trying to wave the officers down because she knew that the child was in the street and told detectives that the child darted into the street. So that was the reason that they were waving at the officers.
Is she related to the child that was hit?
So that's still part of the investigation. Again, we're working closely with the family to ensure everybody has the information and all the questions are answered before we give that out.
What time was this again?
So this happened just shortly before 6 p.m.
Obviously, it sounds like it was an accident. If surveillance footage or anything else tells a different story, are there any potential charges for the officer behind the wheel at this point, or is that part of the investigation?
So we do have the criminal investigation team out here. It's the Vehicular Crimes Unit. These are detectives that they specialize in vehicle collisions. That's their job. I have every bit of confidence in these detectives. They are the best detectives in this part of investigation throughout the city. Throughout the state. So they will be making sure that they're very diligent in their investigation and checking all aspects of this investigation to ensure that the community has a good feeling that this was done with due care, professionalism.
Do you know at what speed the car was going when?
Yeah, so we don't have the exact speeds right now. Detectives are out here doing all the measurements What I can say is detectives have told me that speed is not believed to be a factor in this collision. But again, it's still something that is actively being investigated. And when their investigation is complete, they'll be able to show with the measurements on the vehicle speed.
Dash cam. Sorry, dash cam.
Yeah, this vehicle has this. Hold on, sir. Yeah, this vehicle is not equipped with the dash cam. Body cameras were worn by the officer as well as the police assistant at the time. That's something that the detectives are looking into, as well as canvassing the neighborhood for any surveillance.
They was coming by about 5:30.
Sir, I'd be more than happy to answer your questions right after this, okay?
You're saying there are some injuries. Can you tell us or confirm if this was on like the face or the head? What body, where were they injured?
So what I can say is the child is a very young child, critical condition right now. One of the officers was also transported to the hospital for precautionary reasons. Again, this is a very tragic situation. It's very difficult for everybody involved, the family, the officers, the investigators out here that are doing their investigation. They're going through a very difficult time processing everything that's going on as well. This is going to be a very long night for the community, a very long night for the family, as well as the detectives.
How long do you all think that you might be here? Walking from Pima to Yuma?
Yes, like you said, it's 11th Avenue from Pima to Yuma to the north. We're looking at several hours of being out here.
Sergeant, you mentioned that one of the officers was taken. Was that the officer assistant or the driver?
Yeah, that was the sworn police officer driving the vehicle.
So there were two officers, right?
So there was a sworn police officer driving the patrol vehicle, and then there was a police assistant as the passenger.
Did either of them, once the child was hit, try to render aid or were waiting for, paramedics or anything?
Yeah, immediately after the collision occurred, it was notification over the radio to get more units there, to get fire there, and the officers, both the sworn officer and the police assistant, began assisting with medical aid, as well as talking with the family and notifying the family.
Are you able to specify what the call was that the police officers were here for initially? Was it related to any kind of domestic issue?
So again, the police officers were not on a call. They were not heading to a call itself. They just finished up a call. So they were not actively on any calls for service at the time. I have one more question.
How many cars were there involved? 2 or 1?
Just one car, sir.
1? Okay, thank you, sir. All right.
All right. I will be sending out a media advisory later on today, as well as continuous follow-up throughout tomorrow as well. So if you have any questions, please get a hold of me on email. Thank you.